Whether you're biting into a crisp Granny Smith or savoring a slice of apple pie, there are a lot of fascinating things to learn about one of the world's favorite fruits. In today's video, we'll cover what apples are, the many different types you can find, how they grow from tiny seeds, and a few fun facts that might surprise you. Stick around because we're also going to explore some apple history and the legend of Johnny Appleseed. Let's get started. An apple is a round edible fruit produced by apple trees, scientifically known as Malus domestica. They come in a wide range of colors: red, green, yellow, or a mix of all three. But what exactly is a fruit? There's an old adage that says, a smart person knows that a tomato is a fruit. A wise person knows not to put it in a fruit salad. That's because when most people think of fruit, they think of a sweet or tangy food that can be eaten raw or cooked, like an apple. Technically speaking, a fruit is the ovary of a flowering plant with the seeds inside. This includes things we don't usually think of when we think of fruits, like cucumbers and tomatoes. Either way you look at it, though, an apple is definitely a fruit. Did you know that apples are one of the most widely grown fruits in the world? You'll find them in nearly every country, with hundreds of different varieties to choose from. Apples are packed with nutrients like fiber and vitamin C, making them not just delicious, but healthy too. Apples really are amazing. There are over 7,500 varieties of apples grown worldwide. Let's learn about a few of them. The Granny Smith is one of the most popular green apples. It's known for its tart flavor and firm texture, making it perfect for baking. The Red Delicious is a classic. It's often the first apple that people think of when they're asked to think of an apple. This bright red apple is sweet and has a soft texture, great for snacking. The Pink Lady is my personal favorite. This beautiful pinkish red apple is crisp and juicy. It has a nice balance of sweet and tart flavors. One more you might not have tried is the Honey Crisp, famous for its incredible sweetness and crunch. It's great in salads, for snacking, or in desserts. The Gala apple is the most widely consumed apple in the United States. In recent years, it has surpassed the Red Delicious, which was previously the top choice for decades. Gala apples are popular for their sweet, mild flavor, crisp texture, and versatility. They're great for snacking, adding to salads, or using in recipes, which has contributed to their widespread appeal across the country. Other popular varieties include the Fuji and the Golden Delicious. Each type of apple varies in size, color, sweetness, and texture, making them incredibly versatile. People have been growing apples for a long time, but where do apples originally come from? It is thought that apples originally came from Central Asia. The birthplace of apples is suspected to be a region in Kazakhstan. Over time, apples spread to Europe and became very popular there. When European settlers started colonizing the Americas, they brought apples with them. Apples thrived in the North American climate and soon began to grow all over what is now the United States. Today, apples are grown all over the world in places like Australia, Asia, and Europe, thriving in cooler climates where they can develop their perfect flavor. When people grow many fruit trees, it's called an orchard. People have had apple orchards for thousands of years. The apples you eat are grown a little differently than you might think. Almost all apple trees planted in orchards are grafts. A graft is when they take a bud from a type of apple tree that they want and they insert it into the sapling from another tree. They then cut away the branches from that sapling, and the bud from the tree that they want takes over the root system. This is called grafting, and it has been done with many different types of fruit trees. Why are apples grafted? Apple trees grown from seeds do not produce apples identical to their parent tree. Each apple seed carries a unique combination of genetic material. This means the apples produced by the tree grown from a seed will likely be completely different. Most apples grown from seeds are small and bitter tasting. These are called crab apples or wild apples. While you can eat these apples, it's often not an enjoyable experience. However, you can still try to grow an apple from a seed, and who knows, you might get lucky and discover a new delicious apple variety. How can you grow an apple from a seed? You will need to place the seed into rich, moist soil. The first step is germination, where the seed absorbs water and begins to sprout. This little sprout will push through the soil, searching for sunlight. As the sprout grows, it becomes a sapling, which is a young apple tree. The sapling will need to grow for a few years before it is ready to start producing apples. It typically takes 3 to 5 years for an apple tree to mature enough to begin making apples. Once it reaches maturity, the apple tree will make beautiful apple blossoms. Apple trees rely on bees and other pollinators to transfer pollen from one blossom to another, allowing the tree to develop fruit. After pollination, the flower fades away and in its place is a tiny apple begins to grow. It takes several months for the apple to fully mature. Once it's ready to be harvested, you can pull it from the tree and take a bite. Speaking of enjoying apples, there are many ways to eat them. You can eat them fresh, of course, but also apples are the star of many delicious recipes. One of the most popular is apple pie. Warm, flaky, and filled with spiced cinnamon apples, apple pie has become a well-known American dish and is popular around Thanksgiving and Christmas seasons. An apple turnover is a type of pastry that features a flaky, buttery crust filled with a sweet apple filling. It's folded into a triangular or rectangular shape, and the filling consists of diced apples mixed with sugar, cinnamon, and sometimes other spices. A popular carnival or Halloween treat is the caramel apple. These sweet treats are a whole apple on a stick with caramel covering it. They make for a messy snack. You can also slice up apples and dip them directly into caramel or peanut butter or chocolate or anything else. You can also make applesauce. Apples are used to make apple cider, baked apple, and even apple muffins. People put apples into salads or cover them in chocolate. The possibilities are endless. The saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, highlights the numerous health benefits of apples, which are packed with essential nutrients that promote overall well-being. Apples are a great source of several important nutrients. These include vitamin C, which is a powerful antioxidant that boosts the immune system, helps repair body tissues, and promotes healthy skin. Apples have fiber, which helps to regulate digestion, promote gut health, and may lower cholesterol levels. Additionally, apples are rich in polyphenols, which are antioxidants that help reduce blood pressure and inflammation. When you eat apples, make sure to consume the skin. The skin has been linked to better lung function and reduced risk of respiratory conditions like asthma. Regular apple consumption may help lower the risk of developing asthma, especially when combined with other healthy lifestyle choices. Apples are low in calories and help you to feel fuller longer. They have a relatively low glycemic index, which means that they don't spike your blood sugar. The antioxidants in apples help to fight stress in the body. This reduces inflammation and may lower the risk of chronic diseases such as cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and heart conditions. Apples contain compounds like boron and other minerals to help support bone health. Eating apples regularly may improve bone density and reduce the risk of osteoporosis. For maximum health benefits, eating the whole apple, including the skin, is recommended since that's where many of the key nutrients and antioxidants are concentrated. Apples have a long history, especially in the United States. They were brought over by European settlers and quickly became a staple crop. But perhaps the most famous figure associated with apples is Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed was a real person. His name was John Chapman, and he traveled across the American frontier in the early 1800s, planting apple seeds wherever he went. Over time, he became a folk hero, with stories claiming he single-handedly spread apple trees throughout the Midwest. There were even some crazy stories about him being able to talk to animals. While some of these stories are exaggerated, Johnny Appleseed did have a lasting impact on the spread of apples in the U.S., and he's remembered for his kindness, his love of nature, and his dedication to planting trees. Did you know? Apples are part of the rose family, which also includes pears and plums. It takes about 36 apples to make 1 gallon of apple cider. The saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, comes from an old Welsh proverb. The largest apple ever picked weighed 4 pounds. In Spanish, the word for apple is manzana, and in Chinese, it is pinguo. Apples are not only delicious, but they have an amazing history, come in all shapes and sizes, and can be enjoyed in so many ways. I hope you learned something new today, and next time you take a bite out of an apple, you'll appreciate just how incredible this fruit really is. Parents and teachers, if you want to dive deeper into the world of apples, click the link in the description for more apple-related resources. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, don't forget to get messy and make lots of mistakes. Bye!